Carl, mate, thanks so much for jumping on and joining us, mate. You've just come off a milestone month. Super congrats on that. I'm so excited for you and your mum who you're in business with. I would, mate, I'd just love to hear about obviously your business. We can kind of introduce what you guys do and we can get into some more in-depth stuff, after that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks. We started a skincare company called Minimum Skincare. I grew up with acne. My mum's has suffered from eczema her whole life. She spent a lot of time working in skincare, so she's developed a product that helps people with all types of distressed skin calm and comfort their symptoms. So we've just spent the first 3 months with the single product, the Comfort Balm Mask, and we are in the process of releasing the second product, the Comfort Oil. Um, it's all very exciting stuff. Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I mean,
Yeah.
and so like you sort of jumped in almost at the beginning, right? As in you were just sort of starting your business. So yeah, how was that for you jumping in, right from establishing your business into, the program?
Yeah, so we've been tinkering with e-commerce for probably like maybe a year and a half, 2 years before we joined your course, but had no sort of idea of the magnitude that is really needed to get off the ground and sort of start. So when we joined you, this was the new business venture. That this was Mum's passion project, and you just provided like a really great framework for getting off the ground and what was actually needed to help build this into a business. So it's been very, very exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, in terms of like before you jumped in, like did you guys like what kind of made you decide to jump in? Really, like did you have kind of any reservations about it initially?
Um, I think there was a two my personal reservations. Like I was always reluctant to spend money on any sort of personal development. I did a separate personal development course which helped uh, in other parts of my life, and it just from that naturally made sense that like why would I not do this with the business side as well? Um, and yeah, it was just easily the best bang for buck
Yeah.
ever, easily.
That's I mean, I've had similar experiences, man. I mean, I used to think mentorship and getting help and yep, nah, I can do it all on my own. Because my dad used to talk about it quite a lot. And I'm like, why do you have a mentor? All this sort of stuff. And then same thing, it took me so long I actually had to get pretty much forced by one of my good friends to jump into a program that he was actually a part of to find out for myself. And then it's just like
Yeah,
that point where it's like, honestly, why you can't afford not to. That is honestly
it's
what I
crazy.
say about things. It
Yeah,
really is. And so
yeah,
still every single year I'm kind of investing in who will take me to kind of the next level in our business and stuff like that. And once the people who get it and have been in through it before do definitely, get it. So that's awesome to hear that personal experience too, man.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so what do you think's kind of been the most beneficial thing about being in the program for you guys?
There's there's probably three things that I think have been like the most beneficial. The first is obviously the initial coursework you provide that basically covers like everything from like email marketing, paid advertising, just getting like the foundations of the business set up and ready to run. That was incredibly helpful for us. The second is just being part of a community, having a bunch of like-minded people around helps in not only ways of being able to share like wins and losses in business, what's working, what's not working, but I find personally it's like it can be a little lonely and like daunting sometimes doing this all. Like it gets a little stressful. So having other people there with you, like working through the same stuff, is just absolutely great.
Yeah.
And then thirdly, it's just having the one-on-one time with you and Kirk, and that just to like really nut out exactly what like specific issues we have, and um yeah, like any sort of live trainings you do, that's also been just incredibly helpful. So
Yeah.
they're my top three.
That's awesome, man. That was really, really well said. And, all three certainly, crucial to what we're trying to build here. And I love that you've got so much out of the community because you're exactly right. Like we're online businesses, we've got access to the globe, and yet we feel so isolated in our own personal circumstances. And it's hard to know what information to trust, who to trust, what strategies work. There's so much overwhelm. And so the whole purpose of, the program is to just say, this is all you need to do and focus on step by step by step and just give you all those tools. And then, I'm really glad that you've got so much out of the community as well, because as you say, you get to know people, you're on group calls, you're interacting, it just gets so much easier, and and you have confidence in actually the steps that you're taking. And that's something that I've definitely observed from, yourself, is your involvement and the questions that you ask, the information that you get, and just taking responsibility for the actions that you're doing and then learning from those actions is everything. That's almost like the secret sauce to succeeding, is just taking the action, learning, iterating, improving. And it becomes just
Yeah,
inevitable that you will succeed. I mean, so for you, it's like 5K month, but we were just talking before, it's like, 30K might seem far away, but it's actually not with what with the knowledge of you currently got and continuing to learn. It just becomes simpler almost as things go on. Simple, 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 repeated over and over and over and over. Like the best saying that I really resonate with is, to get something extraordinary or achieve extraordinary results, it's just doing ordinary things for an extraordinary period of time. And that's so true. Just compound, compound, compound. So, like we said before, like getting to your first 5K month is basically the hardest part of everything, because
yeah,
you learn so much and it's such a steep learning curve. So, yeah, man, I mean, I've just admired you and your mum for the work that you guys have done. And as I say, the real responsibility that you guys have taken and the action that you've taken. And I find it no surprise that you got the results that you got so far. And the results that you're going to get, in the coming months as well, man. It's very, very, very exciting. Um, so is there, I mean, now that you've kind of got the wisdom, or I guess the hindsight, being in this program and other programs, as you sort of mentioned, like being on that other side, I mean, what would you sort of say to people that were in the same position that, you were before the program began?
um advice for people who advice to someone in the position before they've taken the first step of joining the program.
Hmm.
um I think it's just probably like not being so afraid of getting help. Like get as much help as you can, and if it is high quality help, definitely go out of your way to get it, because I spent a long time trying to do it all myself, like you said. Like just get help. It makes it so much better. Yeah, absolutely. And it helps like everywhere as much as you can. It just try get that help.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's, as I say, we have this thing, and when we went through it for years, like 5 years, I reckon, at least, with our business, and it's just like, no, we can do it on our own. And who knows how much progress we kind of cost ourselves, myself, during that period of time. Now that I know, as I say, being on this other side of it. So yeah, man, that's great advice, dude. And it makes it everything more enjoyable. And
Yeah,
as I say, that community you mentioned before is just makes things a lot more enjoyable, being that real connection. Seeing the real inside of businesses as well is just important for that relatability. To know, to get ideas, of course, of what to do next, or more to know and have confidence that you're doing the right thing on the right track. That is everything, right? Otherwise, we
yeah,
ping from thing to thing to thing to thing, never give it enough chance to actually succeed, even if it might be the winning thing that we actually need to do. So it's
yeah,
yeah, man. Look, I as I say, I'm just completely, admiring of yourself and your mum with this business, and I'm just so excited to see how far it can push. But congrats on the
yeah.
milestone month, man, and as I say, many more to come.
More to
And
come. Yeah,
obviously very excited to be a part of it, helping you guys as well. So, man,
yeah.
thanks so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it, dude.
Hey, that's my pleasure. Thanks for all the help.
Awesome, man. All good.